Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages that come through the cards that come out in this reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here. So let's begin. Let's find out what comes through. So the first card that we have is the Two of Swords. It is in the reverse. You could be dealing with an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, or even Aquarius. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the World card. So with this World card showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of completion. I do feel like an energy of actually being open to what comes next, where things are headed, and also being in a space where there's a sense of being happy with the moment, being fulfilled within the moment. I do feel like with the World card showing up over here, this does also feel like being able to get through what feels like a karmic cycle that is no longer serving you and moving past that and being able to break that energy. And I do feel like with that, it's like breaking a cycle that is no longer serving you. And I do feel like there's a leveling up, this kind of energy. And with the Two of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of gaining clarity. I do feel like it's an energy of gaining clarity for oneself. This does feel like the person you're dealing with being in a space where they're getting quite decisive. There is a sense of them knowing what they want and also kind of figuring out exactly what they want, where they stand. And I do feel like this is also an open energy to actually communicate about that and let you in on it. So I do feel like with this Two of Swords showing up in the reverse, this feels like a more decisive energy. I also feel like there's a sense of clarity being brought for someone in this situation, and I do feel like it's allowing for everything else also kind of not be so confusing. With the Eight of Pentacles showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being open to putting in work to make something work with someone. I do feel like this Eight of Pentacles showing up over here does feel like a reciprocated energy. This does feel like an energy of, I do feel like when it comes to seeing something for what it is and putting in the efforts to, contribute to a situation turning out a way someone wants it to, do you feel like that energy is present? This Eight of Pentacles is a pretty diligent energy. It's also a pretty responsible one. So I do feel like there's energy that's put into this connection. I do also feel that there's effort. And I feel that when it comes to that effort, this is an energy of being up for putting in the work to make something happen. But I do feel like there is a lot of work that has gone into this connection already, and I do feel like there is also a willingness to be able to actually work with someone. And I do feel like this is about being on the same page when it comes to that. But the Seven of Pentacles, this also feels like working energy. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this also feels like being able to actually put in effort towards something that somebody is deeming as worth the investment. So I do feel like when it comes to a person you're dealing with, they are in a space where they have clarity. They have clarity on some part of this connection, which is allowing them to show up in a way that is also, I do feel like them putting in more effort. I also feel like there's also a sense of someone being in a space where they're really considering whether it's worth that investment. I do feel like with the Seven of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of actually working on a connection with someone. So I do feel like they are deeming it as worth the investment. Do you feel like though with the Seven of Pentacles, there's also a pretty patient energy that's required. So I do feel like either when it comes to this person who moves at their own pace, but I also feel that when it comes to the situation, this person is someone who is in a space where they're prepared to actually to be patient with the situation, to be patient with things, to be patient with you. But with the World card showing up over here, this does feel like entering into the next step and being open to take the next step. There's some kind of an upgrade happening here. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Page of Cups. And we have the Magician. With Magician, we do have some Virgo energy. You could be dealing with a Virgo, but you could also be dealing with a Gemini with this. I do feel like it's Mercury energy. We have the 10 of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Pentacles. So with the 6 of Pentacles, this does feel like a mutual energy. I do feel like reciprocated energy within this connection with where things are right now. And I do feel like this is also a sense of being able to actually reciprocate feelings of wanting to take things further, wanting to take the next step in the connection, and also being open to what comes next in this connection. I do feel like with the 6 of Pentacles, this does feel like an invested energy. I do feel like there is an investment into this connection. So from both sides. But with this Page of Cups strung up over here, this feels like new feelings. I do also feel that this is also a sense of being in a space where there's feelings over here that somebody's recognizing and also is kind of tending to, with this card strung up underneath this 2 of Swords. I do feel like with this Page of Cups, this is a pretty romantic energy. So I do feel like it's romantic interest. I do feel like the emotions, the feelings, are those of even what's kind of like a crush. I do feel like somebody recognizing that they have deeper feelings than they may have perhaps paid attention to before. I do feel like with this Page of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like young energy, so there could be a little bit of a lack of experience when it comes to dealing with all of those emotions that they may be feeling for you. But I do feel like this is a pretty loving and even sincere energy when it comes to those feelings and those budding feelings that they have for you. They are taking place, they are blooming, and they are kind of also something that this person is having a hard time not paying attention to. I do feel like there's a lot of respect for you. So feel that there's this infatuated kind of energy this person has towards you. I do feel like with this Magician card showing up underneath this 8 of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of making things happen. I do feel like with the Magician card, that this is an open energy to having something happen within the connection with someone. And also, I also feel like this is a very proactive energy and taking action. And I do feel like when it comes to this 8 of Pentacles, this does feel like a hardworking energy. So I do feel like there is intention when it comes to your connection. I do also feel like there's action that follows up the intention. And I do feel like when it comes to your connection that you may also be in a space where you are ready for it. It's like you are ready to embrace this connection and even give this connection a chance. But with the 10 of Cups underneath the 7 of Pentacles, I do feel like there's a desire to have something that's going to actually go the distance. I do also feel like with the 10 of Cups, this is that happily ever after kind of energy that somebody is hoping for and is taking action towards being able to achieve. I do feel like this person has deep feelings. This person has deeper feelings than perhaps they even may have previously let you in on, but they have thought about the future. I do feel like when it comes to your connection and even when it comes to the actions that they are taking, it's with something bigger in mind. As far as the future, there is a desire to have something that is long-term, something that is also what feels like this happily ever after. And I do feel like with that World card showing up over here, this is also a sense of being able to take steps towards that. So I do feel like this is a good place to be in with this connection. I also feel like this person is showing up in a way that feels like they're moving close, progressing the connection closer to that. And I do also feel like that's an energy that they are thinking of. But I do also feel like there's also action being taken. So I do feel like they're quite invested. I do get that you're quite invested too. I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have Flirt. We have Romantic Feelings. And we have Make the Effort. So with this Flirt card showing up over here, I do feel like this is a connection that's starting out from a very light-hearted place. I also feel like when it comes to the way in which this person is approaching you, it's in a very light-hearted way. And I do feel like it's almost like this person has deeper feelings and they're really letting on, or they are they may not even really know how to express it in a way that actually gives representation to just how deep it goes. But I do feel like with this flirt energy, this does feel like a light-hearted energy, but also feels like a fun one, an enjoyable one. And I do feel like with this connection that there's a sense of connection when it comes to even just being able to gel well together in this connection. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles, this also feels like things are happening in good natural flow. But with the romantic feelings showing up over here, I do feel like there is a connection. It goes deeper than the surface. And I do feel like with this romantic feelings card showing up over here, this does feel like an expression that you may want to make to this person. Do you feel like it's something that you may be thinking about doing? But I also feel that there's a sense of with this make the effort, and the Seven of Pentacles card showing up over here, this person that you're dealing with is going to make the effort. So I do feel like there is intention here, and I feel like it's a very intentional approach towards a connection. And I do feel like there's also intention to be able to move things past a certain level with this World card showing up above the Six of Pentacles. I do feel like you're on the same page. I feel like you're even on the same page whether you recognize that or not. But as far as your feelings in this connection and the way you feel about each other, I do feel like there is a lot of reciprocated energy. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.